Well, good evening, everyone. Meteorologist Michael Wilhite here with Southern Indiana weather. It is a little after 8:30 Eastern Time here on Sunday, July 6th, 2014. Today's video update is sponsored by Metal Magic in Washington. You can give Chad a call at 698-8555 for all of your paintless dent repair needs. They have that traveling hail team as well, folks, and they do a fantastic job. They're PDR Nation certified. So give them a call, tell them Southern Indiana Weather sent you. We do have the slight risk for severe weather over the next couple of days, so write that number down. We may end up needing that. All right, not too bad right now as we take a look outside. You can't see it, but I'm looking outside out the window here, and we've got pretty much a partly cloudy sky right now. A lot of that's not showing up because it is more high clouds right here, so it doesn't show up on satellite quite as well. But we do have a few clouds out there. Temperatures, even at the 8:30 hour here, are in the low to mid 80s for the most of us, 79 there at the Washington airport. So not a bad summer's evening at all. It's going to be fairly muggy tonight compared to where it was, but if we throw on our dew points here, you can see that the muggy weather has returned. We are in the mid to low 60s, mostly across the area with 70-degree dew points out to our west, and that is all returning our way. So the muggy-o-meter is on, and that's going to make some very nasty weather for us over the next couple of days. All right, let me take you out of here. Let me show you the risk for tomorrow first, then we'll time it out on future radar and sort of talk about it. We are under a slight risk for severe weather, both on Monday and on Tuesday. Now, here's the way the Monday looks right here. Throw on the categories, and you can see from the probabilities, 15% risk for pretty much all of southern Indiana from it looks like here from close to the West Lafayette area over here. Anderson may be included in this, Muncie, and then on south to just below the Ohio River. So really all of southern Indiana for sure, and from Indianapolis southward for sure on in the slight risk for severe weather. Greatest threat for severe weather is out here, sort of in this bullseye, upper end slight risk out here, but slight, low end slight for the rest of us. That threat will continue here as we go into the day 3 outlook. Day 3 outlook is for Tuesday, and you can see the slight risk includes just a small portion of southern Indiana. We throw this on to the probabilities. You see the slight risk, of course, is the 15%, and then you've got a marginal risk in the 5% extending beyond that for pretty much the rest of the state. Possible that we could get some strong thunderstorms on Tuesday, but not as strong of a risk as Monday. It looks like the greatest risk on Tuesday will be down here in Kentucky. I'll show you that here on radar just to give you an idea of where we're going. Here's what we're looking at this afternoon into the overnight hours. We got some storms here in Iowa that are going to be moving down. Those will kind of break up overnight. Here we are. We'll start off the day here about 7 a.m. Eastern Time, 6 a.m. Central Time. We got some showers that could go through early in the morning, but then you notice they clear out here, and we got some new storm development about 1 o'clock here up into all right, my apologies for the jumpiness here in the video, folks. I'm fighting a sinus infection and just had to cough. I didn't think you all wanted to hear it. Here we are about 1 o'clock on Monday afternoon, and you've got a few storms starting to fire up here during the afternoon hours. Watch as these move our way here in southern Indiana. More continues to fire over that. So now remember, future radar is never a 100% accurate thing. It just gives us sort of a picture of what we can expect. So don't take these as exact locations, just general ideas that we've got some storms that could fire on Monday afternoon and then push into the area. Where those exactly start to fire is very much in question at the point, but they are in the forecast. And then as we go into the overnight hours here, by the time we get to midnight, you can see we've got potentially some heavy rain that moves in during the overnight hours. And then by 8 a.m. on Tuesday morning, we've got this blob that's moving in. And as I back it up, you can see this is all a blob that's moved in from out here where that 30% risk area is. We'll see whether any of this remains severe or not, or whether it starts to reinitiate with some severe. I have my questions about Tuesday morning specifically. It looks like the best chance for severe weather will be on early on Tuesday morning for us, and that's a big if as to whether we get anything, because you see here by 11 a.m. virtually all of southern Indiana is in the clear. Here we are by 2 p.m. and it's all pretty much gone. Later in the day on Tuesday, you see some very intense storms start to fire down in Kentucky and push its way to the south. That is why I think the slight risk is most justified here for Kentucky on Tuesday. It looks like I'm not even sure if we should be included into this slight risk. It's an iffy type of setup. Here's the thing. It looks like on day 1 what we've got here. Let me go back here. Again, this is the biggest risk zone on Monday. This will all push our way. So on Tuesday, we'll have our own severe thunderstorms here, okay? So we'll have our own thunderstorms that we're going to have to worry about on Monday evening. I think that's our best chance. But there should be probably a line of storms that makes its way, or at least a complex, and starts to push its way south. So that by the time we get into the Tuesday early morning period, it arrives here. Now, the good thing about that is we've lacked daytime heating because it's very early hours in the morning. So the instability has not had a chance to build up much during the daytime. We do have some reasonably decent wind energy on Tuesday that we don't have present on Monday. That could help to continue to fuel these storms. So it's something that we're going to have to see. I think the best chance, at least the way I see it right now, would be Monday afternoon for us into the evening hours, and then Tuesday being a lesser threat. Even though Tuesday has the better wind energy with the instability, just not being there in as much because of coming through during the early morning hours, the chances, I think, are lessened with that. But it's certainly something that we are going to have to watch out for all the time. Wind energy, as I said, is fairly limited with this system. Here we are looking at tomorrow evening at about 8 p.m. This just gives you a little bit of a snapshot in time, and you can see this is the wind energy. The better wind energy is right up in here. This is where the 30% zone is, by the way. If I turn this on, the SPC's 30% zone is somewhere sort of up in this area. That's where the better wind energies are, but the slight risk really extends kind of in this fashion for us as well. But you notice here for us in southern Indiana, we just don't have that strong of a winds down here. We've got maybe 25 to 30 units of wind. 25 to 30 knots up at about 18,000 feet here. And that's just subpar wind energy. I actually take this back. This is bulk shear. So this is, if you go into winds at about 18,000 feet, you can see they are not overly strong either. Maybe just a little bit stronger. But bottom line, what you're seeing here on the product is subpar wind energy. It's sort of, basically, think about it this way. You want 35 to 40 units of bulk shear of that wind energy in order to get organized severe weather out of things. If we've only got 25 to 30 units, and sometimes this does get underestimated, then we're right there on the borderline, potentially, of what we need for organized severe weather. Now, with instability being so high, there's a potential that that can help to overcome some things. So I think the slight risk is most certainly justified tomorrow. And instability, if we take a look at it, Cape exceeding 3,000 units and even up to 4,000 units in places here in the area. So certainly I think that is a justified slight risk for severe weather, given that we have marginal wind energy and such high Cape with this, and we've got some storms moving into the area. Yeah, I could see the justification for a slight risk here. But bottom line, I don't think this is going to be a massive outbreak. And I can put your mind to ease and put sort of to bed the idea of a tornado outbreak. We won't have a tornado outbreak here. Will we see a tornado warning? I'm not even sure we'll see a tornado warning out of this. It's possible. Those could be isolated, but the main threat here, because of the winds all coming more from one direction as you go up into the atmosphere, I think it's going to be more of a damaging straight line wind threat, with a secondary threat being hail. And if you get any rain training over you, you could get a flooding threat out of that, and then the tornado would be the lowest end on the totem pole. It's not overly worried about a tornado threat here, but I think some damaging straight line winds will be possible. Something I'll be keeping an eye on here, and of course tomorrow morning, very early in the day, I will have an update for you on what to expect, and then we'll be covering anything that comes along during the daytime as well. All right, go to southernindianaweather.com and we'll take a look at your 7-day forecast. We're going down to about 67 under partly cloudy skies tonight. Again, maybe an isolated thunderstorm as you get closer to the morning hours. I can't rule it out, but it looks like tomorrow is going to be the better chance for the rain. Your plan, your night forecast sort of looks like this: 67 for Jasper, 68 for Evansville, 65 for Columbus, with temperatures in between underneath those partly cloudy skies. I've changed up the forecast a little bit on my website. Several of you have asked me to put both of the day and night in here. So as you scroll through here, and this update's on the app as well, you'll see that I have the day and nighttime, what you can expect under here. Hopefully this will make it a little bit easier for everyone to understand. So give me your feedback on that, because I want to do what makes the most sense for you guys to be able to understand. I think we're going to go to about 90 tomorrow afternoon. If we get any rain that interferes with some things earlier on in the day, it could hold the temperature down into the upper 80s. But it's going to be warm and muggy either way. Sun mixed with clouds, hot and humid. Again, I'm going with a 70% chance of scattered thunderstorms tomorrow. Severe thunderstorms are possible during the afternoon and evening hours. Then mostly cloudy with showers and thunderstorms likely overnight as we dip to 72. Tuesday, cloudy with showers and thunderstorms likely, but I do think it ends by midday. Strong to severe thunderstorms thunderstorms. It's possible, but again, I think that's more of a limited threat there than it is on Monday evening. Skies will finally clear out on Tuesday night as we dip down to the mid-60s. Then Wednesday, look at this. From beyond looks just great. We're going to 83 degrees under mostly sunny and pleasant on Wednesday, 85 Thursday, only up to 87 Friday. That's not bad. A bit warmer with partly cloudy skies. Back to the 90s for the weekend with isolated thunderstorms possible. And, it looks like we've got some warm temperatures up into the forecast. Again, as you take a look at temperatures over the next 16 days, I don't have it pulled up here, but folks, it looks like the 90s, upper 80s at least, do make a return in the forecast. By the way, that's where we should be at this time of the year. Our normal temperature is 88, so I guess we can't complain about that too much. But we got a couple of rough, potentially, days to deal with. And remember, any warnings that do fire will automatically post to our Facebook and our Twitter accounts. If you go to southernindianaweather.com, here's a Twitter button right here. You can click to follow us on Twitter. Our handle is at SouthernINWX. Please follow us on there. And, of course, you can like us on Facebook as well. Subscribe to these YouTube videos and a whole bunch more right here on our website. And, of course, during the day tomorrow, we've got a great live radar that you can get onto as well. So be sure you check that out. Anything that does start to fire, you can track it right here with our live radar. And of course, you can all the warnings will automatically post on here as well, where you can see them. Same radar that we have in our mobile app, so be sure you download that. All right, that is it for this video update, folks. I'll have another one of these early tomorrow morning for you to talk about the latest in the future radar and our threats as to where we see them for the day. I'm meteorologist Michael Wilhite. Have a great night, stay safe, and I will see you all in the morning. Take care.